Our story today begins on a quiet night in Alexandria, where the soft glow of oil lamps dances across smooth marble floors, and the air carries the scent of jasmine drifting from palace gardens. In this hushed moment, Cleopatra sits in a lush chamber, her fingers brushing over scrolls inscribed with secrets of power, beauty, and wisdom. Stories whispered through time, stories you are invited to drift into now. Relax now. Let your body sink into comfort, your muscles soften, your breath ease, each exhale drifting like petals upon a still pool. Feel the warmth of gentle whispers winding through your mind, soothing, calming, heavier, softer, and with each breath you grow more open to calm, serene dreams. In this golden swirl of lamplight, Cleopatra famous, intelligent, magnetic embraces not only her throne but the languages, customs, and subtle charms of her people. Though born of Macedonian Greek lineage, she became the first of the Ptolemaic rulers to learn Egyptian, weaving herself into her subjects' heartstrings through speech, culture, and gentle understanding. History, Kadina Seer, as you breathe softly, allow the warmth of jasmine to mingle with the aroma of ancient papyrus scrolls. Feel the delicate touch of linen draped around you, almost as soft as Cleopatra's own garments. She wore linen dyed in shimmering hues, leaning into symbols of Isis and divine femininity, not just to rule, but to become the living embodiment of her nation's deepest hopes. Vogue, Encyclopedia Britannica. Close your eyes momentarily. Hear the rustle of her gown, the quiet scribbling of her scribes, the soft murmur of the Nile flowing beyond palace walls. In the stillness, a whispered secret emerges. Cleopatra was not only a queen, but an early alchemist. In Arabic encyclopedias, centuries later, she was honored for her work with alembics devices that could distill and transform substances, shining light on the boundary between the known and the mysterious. Wikipedia, let your breath become smooth and slow, like honey pouring over river stones, the scent of desert night, the flicker of torchlight, and Cleopatra's thoughtful eyes, glowing with curiosity about the worlds within and beyond. Another soft truth, at the tender age of 14, she was crowned Karula, alongside her father young, brilliant, and destined for greatness. EgyptAbout.com, and later. In a move both strange and strategic, she was married to her younger brother, not out of custom, but as a political path to maintain her claim to the throne. EgyptAbout.com, these choices, heavy with weight and wisdom, remind you of the gentle strength in your own resolve even. As your eyes grow heavier, feel the slow beat of your breathing matching the quiet rhythm of a desert night calm. Steady, safe. In this stillness, Cleopatra's true power shines not through beauty, but through strategy, intelligence, and alliances she crafted with Rome. She aligned with Julius Caesar to reclaim her throne, arriving in his chamber not as a conqueror, but wrapped in a cloak of silk and mystery, her presence and mind equally radiant. Vogue, Encyclopedia Britannica, and later, with Mark Antony, she offered him the grandeur of Alexandria diner parties, whispered about for centuries. A display of wealth and loyalty that captured minds and hearts, marking her not just as a ruler, but as a queen who understood diplomacy's deepest language. Vogue, allow this recognition to settle into your chest. You are held by Cleopatra's legacy of wisdom, courage, and subtle grace. Each secret she wove the language, the alchemy, the political tact, the mesmerizing presences, like a soft lullaby tracing circles around your mind, coaxing you toward deeper stillness. Let the lamplight dim, let the jasmine scent fade, as you become weightless, nestled within cool marble silence and star-drunk desert sky. Your thoughts slow, one by one, carried away like grains of sand slipping through fingers, leaving you tranquil, boundless, ready to drift further, toward sleep. Our story continues now, not with a clash of armies or the thunder of war horses, but with something quieter, subtler, and infinitely more enchanting. You see, Cleopatra understood a truth few rulers ever grasped. Power does not always roar. Sometimes it whispers, and she mastered the art of whispering power. Breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. Notice how the air feels softer now, almost velvet against your skin, as though the night itself is wrapping you in quiet protection. Your body grows heavier, your mind lighter, floating gently. While the story carries you deeper into Cleopatra's world, picture her again, seated on a balcony overlooking the Nile. The moon's reflection glimmering like strands of silver broken across the water's surface. A soft harp plays nearby, its tones light as droplets of rain. She listens, not only to music, but to the languages of her people. It is said she spoke as many as 9 tongues, moving fluidly from Egyptian to Hebrew, from Aramaic to Greek, always tailoring her words to the hearts before her. This rare gift allowed her to be seen not only as a queen, but as kin, as someone who belonged to all. You might notice, as I say this, your own thoughts growing softer, your inner voices calming, as though they too were speaking one language, one harmony. The more you listen, the more peaceful you become. Now, imagine the scent of lotus blossoms floating from the palace ponds. Their perfume drifts lazily on the warm night air, mingling with the faint crackle of torches that line the courtyards. Each flickering flame tells a story of Cleopatra's nights, not always of romance or revelry, but often of study. For she was not only a queen, but a scholar. Her palace held vast libraries, scrolls on medicine, philosophy, astronomy. She was fascinated by the mysteries of the stars, the way their steady paths mirrored the cycles of life and death below. And speaking of mysteries, here is one of the strangest truths about her. Cleopatra was not simply remembered as a ruler of Egypt, but also as one of the world's earliest female alchemists. Centuries later, Arab scholars recorded her experiments in distillation, in crafting perfumes, in seeking the transformation of matter. Can you picture it? A queen bending over glass vessels, light glinting off liquid gold, watching vapors swirl and condense. The same hands that held the fate of nations were also stirring essences, searching for secrets hidden in nature itself. As you imagine those vessels steaming and cooling, let your own breath mirror their rhythm. Inhale warmth, exhale release. Inhale curiosity, exhale calm. Cleopatra's alchemy was not just with substances, but with people. She turned enemies into allies, and strangers into lovers of her vision. Julius Caesar himself, the most powerful man of Rome, was disarmed not by her beauty alone, but by her wit, her ability to debate politics, philosophy, even military tactics. He found himself captivated, not as a conqueror, but as a companion in thought. And then there was Antony, Mark Antony, bold and brash, yet utterly ensnared by Cleopatra's charm. She once hosted him on a barge upon the Nile, sails drenched in purple dye, gilded oars striking the water in perfect rhythm, servants dressed as sea nymphs and cupids. Antony, dazzled, could only watch as she appeared beneath a canopy of gold, shimmering with jewels, a living goddess. This was not a feast. It was theater. It was magic. It was Cleopatra weaving dreams into reality. Allow yourself to drift into that scene. The sound of oars dipping into water, slow and steady, like the cadence of your heartbeat. The shimmering of torchlight on rippling waves. The soft laughter of attendants, like bells in the distance. You are floating with Cleopatra now, on a river both real and unreal. A river carrying you toward even deeper stillness. And yet, for all the grandeur, Cleopatra's life was laced with tragedy too. She was a woman standing alone between two worlds, the might of Rome and the fragile sovereignty of Egypt. Every choice she made was weighed against the fate of millions. Can you imagine that weight? Yet she bore it with grace, with resilience, with a fierce intelligence that has echoed through centuries. There is a strange comfort in knowing this. For even the most powerful are not without struggle. Even the most legendary feel uncertainty. As you breathe now, let that thought soothe you. Whatever burdens you carry, you too can release them, just as Cleopatra, in her most private moments, surely released hers into the night air over the Nile. The night deepens. Stars wheel slowly above the desert. You are safe in this moment, as the story continues to rock you gently, like the river itself. Let your body sink deeper, your mind lighter. You are drifting, not only through history, but toward the edges of sleep. For soon, Cleopatra's most guarded secrets will surface stranger, more intimate, more human than the legends ever tell.